Right, you absolutely horrible collection of humans. I did a video recently of Chicago typewriter versus beam rifle, showing math, etc, on how it's equated, and basically proved for all those weird people telling me that Chicago typewriter is better than beam rifle, I unequivocally proved them wrong hilariously. So, although no one's stated anything such or since, I thought with that math principle that I was using, I would go over a lot of the other weapons in the game and show their differences as well as how they work through varying different math combinations. And I'm not going to say what is the best or what isn't. I'm going to go through their damage over 10 seconds and their damage per magazine, because some of them can't even fire for 10 seconds, as well as I will be showing the time per magazine. So that's from the moment you pull the trigger to the moment the game goes reload, dickhead. Anyway, I'm going to put up some of the equations that I'm going to be showing or using now, or just the formula, and we'll head through in different categories. Right, so there will be pistol, and then damage times round per second times the time, 10 seconds, which is our DPS over 10 seconds. We then also have damage times rounds per second times magazine divided by rounds per second, and this will give you the damage per magazine. And then after that we have the magazine divided by the rounds per second, and this gives you time per magazine, so the amount of uptime you have continually firing from a full magazine to an empty magazine. And it's weird. Anyway, the weapons I have broke down into a few different categories. We've got rapid fire, semi, burst, and single. It should be hopefully quite self-explanatory, but still, let's actually finally get into this. So up first we have our rapid fire pistols, 2 of these, really not that hard. So Spitfire, 36 damage, 9.3 fire rate, 26 magazine. Over 10 seconds, that's 3,348 damage, assuming we don't have to reload, but we do, so yeah. Over your course of a magazine, that's 936 damage. Remember, I'm not taking into account crits or weak points, this is just the base damage through the duration of the magazine. And your time per magazine is 2.79569892473. So that's literally how long you'll be firing for. Quite interesting personally. However, the next one is submachine gun, 21 damage, 16 fire rate, 35 magazine. Over the course of 10 seconds, that's 3,360 damage. Over a course of a magazine, that's 735, and its time per magazine is 2.1875 seconds. Now it's time for the semi-auto, the most numerous of our pistol weapons. And up first, we have the Curse of the Jungle God, 75 damage, 4 rounds per second, and 18 magazine. Over the course of 10 seconds, this is a flat 3,000 damage. Over the course of your magazine, it's 1,350, and your time per magazine is 4.5. Oddly, this is the highest average damage of the entire pistol, so you could argue that mathematically this is the strongest pistol, but there's just so much to take into account. Defiler, a fan favourite for many, 156 damage, 2 rounds per second, 6 round magazine. Over 10 seconds it's 3,120 damage, and over the course of your magazine it's 936, and its time per magazine is 3. Now I am aware most people use this for its mod that you have. I'm not going to put that into the equation because this video has literally taken up my half of my day already, so I have other things to do, people. I am sorry. Hive Cannon, one of my personal favourites, especially against groups of enemies. 171 damage, 1.1 fire rate, 5 round magazine. Over 10 seconds it's 3,078 damage, and over the course of a magazine it's 855. Time per magazine is 2.7777777778. I feel like I was doing a phone number there for some cheesy friggin' insurance company. Anyway, although this weapon's on the lower scale, it makes up for it by having a decent chunk of area damage, which is going to be completely equated to how many enemies you hit. So, have fun. Magnum Revolver, 195 damage over 1.4 rounds per second and a 6-round magazine. Over the course of 10 seconds, this is 2,744, one of the lowest. However, it has one of the highest magazine at 1,170. Its time per magazine is pretty decent for its accuracy rate as well at 4.28. 57142 8571. This is literally just over 4 seconds. Up next is Pure Hilarity, and I do mean pure hilarity. Repeater pistol, 51 damage over 7 rounds a second and 13 round magazine. Over 10 seconds it's 3,570 damage. That is the highest of all of the pistols, by the way. Over your magazine it's 663 and its time per magazine is faster than like 80% of the population can click on their mouse. So don't worry about it. Just spam the thing. Just absolutely spam it. In reality, the repeater pistol is actually one of the best weapons because of its fire rate as well as how quickly it reloads. It's a bit of a giggle. Up next is Burst Fire, and there's only one of these, which is the lovely, lovely Pride of Iskall. 33 damage over 3.9 rounds per second with an 18 round magazine. However, this is over a 3-round burst, which divided by 3 is 6. So effectively you've got a 6-round magazine. Over 10 seconds it's 1,287 damage, and over the course of a magazine it's 594. However, none of these equations equate for the burst or the explosion, which took me so long to figure out. So what we have here is the 33 damage plus itself times another 1.3, because the explosion seems to do its own damage times, well, adding in another 30%. Timesing this over our rate of fire, which is 3.9, over 10 seconds, it's 2,960.1. Again, our damage per bullet, we're not going to do it for the times for it at the moment. Again, full equation. However, this is going to be over the magazine of, you can either do times 18 divided by the 3.9, and then you have to again divide it by 3 to get your burst rate of fire, or you can do it over the already divided 18, which is 6, over 3.9, which is 455. However, that is still per bullet. To find your burst damage, you would have to divide it by your total magazine, which is 18, and then times it by 3, and that will be your per burst. Time per magazine is pretty decent as well at 4.6153846153. Ta-da! Yeah, Pride of Iskall. It's actually pretty damn powerful. It's deceptive because individual shots do nothing, but the bursts do a good chunk. Just not very ammo efficient. Now for the one I'm sure you've all been waiting on, single fire. There is only one of these, and it is that glorious, glorious hunting pistol. 315 damage. It's a single shot, and then it's 1-round magazine. A single shot does take 1 second. It's a 1-second reload as well. So that, over 10 seconds, is 3,150 damage. Its damage times its fire rate times its fire rate divided by its magazine is 315. Time per magazine, 1 second. Yeah. Really simple math. The catch to this is although its damage seems comparably a lot lower or a bit meh compared to the others, you are doing all of that damage in one single hit. Whereas the others, yeah. So effectively you could argue it is pretty damn powerful. Well, it is. We know it is. We've all played it. We all like it. It is doing all that damage in 1 second, where others will require 2, 3, 4, X amount more seconds, or even reloads. The hunting pistol, none of that matters. You're hitting hard and you're hitting pretty relatively quick, especially if you start using the gunslinger charm. It just jumps from there. Now, why I am not using builds in this video or using builds to utilize this is to make it fair across the board. If I was going to use a build, I would have to use that build for then every weapon. Some weapons don't synergize well with certain builds, so the easiest way to do it is to put it at base, and then you apply your build math or multiplications, additives into that weapon then to find out what works best. I will be doing another one of these for your long rifles, and I'm still working on some of the math for the melee weapons as well. Long rifle will be certainly next, but in the meantime, have fun, good luck, and don't die. It's bad for the health.